Hi everybody, welcome back to BigRedEDC. Hey, today we're going to be talking about another Artisan knife. Now, before we get into it, I just really have to say that Artisan is one of the brands that I really like how they have their premium line, and then they also have a budget line with some very, the same knives, but at a much budget friendly or budget conscious line. Kind of like the Kaisers and the Kaiser Vanguards, and just a few of the different companies out there. And I really like that about Artisan. But today, we're going to be taking a look at the Artisan Cutlery Corsair. A nice look at it there. Now, the Corsair was provided by Artisan to the Apex Pass Around group for review. So I do have to thank them very much for that. As you can see there, you've got this really nice looking carbon fiber on the show side. Got the blue accent there on the pivot collar. And then on this side, you have the titanium on the lock side. A nice satiny titanium. Looks really nice. I really like the way that looks. Titanium pocket clip. Right hand tip up carry only. Now, this little guy has got roughly a 4-inch handle length. And then, as I measure it, you're looking at right about a 3.5-inch natural grip length. Now, of course, you can choke up and you will extend that grip length, but just as a natural grip, right about 3.5 inches. Oh, something I did want to show you when we're talking about the handle here is you've got this little loop that comes with it. I'm going to lay that down there real quick so I can show you this. Now you've got this little loop that you can kind of, now I've got to take it back here. Can't do it looking through the camera. There we go. Much better. Take out the screws. You can put that little loop on there. So kind of a lanyard loop, or however you want to look at it. That's kind of a cool little feature that they've added in there. Now, manual flipper. Riding on ceramic bearings. And of course, as you saw, it is a frame lock. Hardened steel insert. Really smooth action on this little guy. Now you see there, once you got it open, you got a 3-inch S35 VN, Cleaver blade. Got the Artisan logo there. On this side, without blinding anybody, you got the serial number, you got the S35 VN, and the Made in China. Blade's got a nice satin finish on it. And that Cleaver blade has got right about a 2.5-inch cutting edge. Six and 7/8 inch overall open length on it. Let's zoom out just a little bit. There we go. We get a weight on it. Take our weight and our measurements. Now I know some of you are probably thinking the Cleaver blade is maybe not the most practical of blades, and especially one like this, smaller like that. No, it might not be the most practical for EDC. But I tell you what, I'm digging the look of this thing. All right, we're going to start out in ounces. 2.9 ounces, or 82 grams. So a nice, lightweight little knife. Get some measurements. So thickness, at its thickest point, we're going to be seeing, I'm coming 0.44, 0.45. So definitely underneath that half-inch mark. Now, as far as width goes, you do have this point. If I can hold it there, you're looking about just over 1.25 inches. So, yeah, I didn't want to lose it. So that's probably your widest point. Now, without that big swooping cleaver, you're going to be looking at, there you go, just over 1 inch, 1.11, 1.12, right in there. Now, the carry, it carried pretty good in pocket. No issues with the carry. Pocket clip was pretty decent. It hung up a little bit. I mean, that's what it's supposed to do. Retention was good, by all means. And not too bad at all. Oh, let's see how deep our carry is here. There's going to be a little bit exposed. It's not the deepest carry. Not too bad. A little bit. That's roughly, what do we got there? You're going to have roughly about a half inch. Roughly about a half inch exposed out of the pocket. My take on it. Now, I already kind of talked on it, guys. No, the Cleaver blade is probably not the most effective for EDC. And you're right. But I really, I don't know, it's catching me. It's catching my eye. I just really like the way it looks. That swooped cleaver like that. I mean, and that little bugger, I mean, that thing's got a point on it. It's, whew, yeah. Stay clear. Now the action. Terrific action on it. Little shaky on, just a little shake on the shut. Pretty smooth though. Detent is very nice. Yep. Detent holds it in there pretty good. Solid lockup. No real play. Let's see there. Get the lockup on it. It does. I'm looking at about, I might be locking at about 50%. But very solid. As I said, I'm really digging the blade on it. Finger choil, pretty well done. My finger's pretty, as you can see there. There's a decent gap. I mean, the corner of your blade is right there on the heel, but it's not bad. My finger fits in there pretty well. Now, if you had fingers a little bit chunkier than mine, yeah, might be a cause for concern. But fits me pretty good. Handle, the handle fits me terrifically. I mean, it melts into my hand. Like I said, that 3.5 natural grip length. It lands really well. Get a full 4-finger grip on it. Meshes up with me perfectly. So, like I said, I've got about a 3 3/4 inch grip across there, across the palm of my hand. So not much left exposed, but my hand melts right into it. Very comfortable. Pocket clip is not an issue at all. Can't feel it. Carbon fiber looks really good. It's got that kind of divoting, I guess you could call it. No, I mean, that's done really well. I mean, there's absolutely no rough spots or anything on that. It's very, very clean. And the whole knife is just a very clean, no real rough edges. Does have the jimping back there. A little bit of jimping there. It's pretty much for show. Doesn't really catch my finger at all. But then again, with the shape of that cleaver, you can get your thumb right up there on the spine, and then even when you choke up on the choil. It's actually kind of almost like a decent kind of like Skinner, you know? With the way that cleaver is kind of swept forward like that. Make for a pretty decent Skinner, for sure. Overall, it's a pretty cool knife. I'm digging it. Like I said, very comfortable. Yes, the cleaver blade isn't overly practical. Oh, one thing I did want to mention. In the pocket. In the pocket, when your hand's going by, it's not too bad, but there is, I mean, that's a pretty decent point there. Now, I didn't have any real issues with it in the pocket because it's pretty slender. I mean, that does stick out there, so it could be a potential deal breaker for some people, without a doubt. I could definitely see that. But I didn't have too big of an issue with it. As far as the build and the quality of the knife, very, very good. Blue gave it an 8.5. And this little guy retails for right around $170, depending on where you look. It's kind of funny, I wanted to show you this too, the packaging. You got this big old case for this little old knife. I thought that was pretty interesting. But also, it comes in this really pretty cool tin. So, definitely get some points on the packaging there, Artisan, for sure. Pretty cool little knife. As I said, maybe not the most effective for EDC, but as far as build quality, I haven't really seen anything too bad from Artisan, and they're doing very well, and this is a very good example of the quality knives that they are putting out. As always, guys, thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I greatly appreciate it. As always, like, subscribe, leave me a comment down below, guys. I love talking to y'all. Until next time, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.